What's going on, guys? Welcome back. We have a brand new event in Marvel Rivals, Galacta's Gift, and we're getting a bunch of free stuff, cards, sprays, and a brand new skin that you can get from the Season 0 launch skins, which is pretty awesome to celebrate 1 year since the closed alpha test, which is crazy. I remember playing Rivals for the first time about a year ago. Time's flying. Now, you'd think this would be celebrated. Hooray on Twitter. No, actually, this is a giant discussion video, and it has the timeline up in flames because of a brand new item called the Chrono Shield Card. Now, the Chrono Shield Card, guys, it reads, you can activate a Chrono Shield to prevent point loss from a defeat in competitive. If one is active using the item, you won't consume it. And Chrono Shield cards will automatically clear at the end of the season, limit 20. So what is this little guy? Well, essentially, it's a get out of loss free card, right? If you guys have played gold rank and below, you know that if you lose an amount of games, you have these shields that can protect you. And this is a way to fire one up and essentially keep you from losing any points in competitive play. Now, not just once, not twice, but you're getting 8 of these bad boys by just completing Galacta's Gift. That's a lot of grace, and that leads to today's discussion. Now, right away, I want to go ahead and say we have one of the lead developers saying, no, these are not purchasable. You don't have to worry about pay to win. But that still brings up the conversation of rank mode and the integrity of it. Now, Rivals, guys, ton of casual fans, right? Millions of players. A lot of them are casuals, and they see this as a W. You know, why not make it less sweaty? We all have bad players. We've got the guy, you know, that's pissed off on our team who DCs, whatever it might be. This is a way to protect it. But then the other side, you've got, well, this is ranked mode, and it kind of ruins the integrity of it. And so that's what we're going to break down today. Now, look, guys, I get it. These are probably not going to be in higher rank, okay? It's typically gold and lower, and this is probably aimed for bronze through gold to help these folks kind of genuinely help them stick around more and keep momentum, have more fun. I'm all for making Rivals more accessible for players. But again, that's why we have quick play in competitive mode for a reason. Ladder games and a rank is typically based on large sample size. So how much is 8 really going to skew the results? They're going to end up where they need to be anyway. So that's the casual kind of argument, and I get that. However, the concerns are, and this is where I see a lot of this myself, is first of all, you've got a brand new way to grief, right? We've all played the games, right, where Spider-Man gets banned. You've got the Lord Spider-Man that didn't get to play him, and then he decides to just throw the game, right? He goes to Black Widow. He's like, you guys have fun. I'm just staying in the spawn. And then everybody's chatting, report this guy, and it's a mess. And you just want to queue up to the next game because it's already over. Now, on one vein, these shields could protect you from that, right? It's like, okay, no big deal on your side. But the guy that griefs is able to also use this as a weapon. He's like, I have one of these to blow. You guys have fun losing points. I'm going to use my shield. That's one of the biggest arguments that I'm seeing about these on Twitter. And I do get that because I think that is going to happen. The main issue is if you start to introduce this to the higher ranks, you start to blur the line between like progress and persistence. It doesn't matter really how much better you're getting. It's just who's playing more. And that's the opposite of rank should be, right? It's not called fun mode. It's called competitive play. And I've always stood behind that. I'm not one that loves participation trophies. I think if you get first, you get first. And if you get 7th, great, you got 7th. Or you suck and you got last. And you try to get better. That's the whole point, of climbing and experiencing the peaks and valleys of competitive. And that's why people love ranked in games like this, because it shows their persistence and their journey that they went through. Now, I think they could have probably marketed this a bit better right away, saying these are not purchasable, and also saying, that this is only going to be from X rank to X rank. I think people are overreacting. Bad news is typically going to get a lot of press and attention, and so it's easy to go that direction. I don't think it's going to be above gold rank, which is why I'm talking to you guys. For me, I don't really know all too much about the experience of bronze to gold. That's not like a flex, but more of like, I've been past that since the beginning of the season. So for those of you that this would affect, 8 free losses in gold rank and below, is this a big deal, right? Is this something that you'd rather have if you have a bad teammate, a bad DC? Does the rank climb and the journey of winning and losing matter to you at that rank, or does it matter more when you get to platinum and above? Again, to clarify, for me, I do think at higher ranks, this is something that I would not want to see outside of maybe 1 or 2 But at low ranks, it's more of the discussion with y'all. Honestly, I don't even know if they thought if this was going to be a big deal. And because they're so fast reacting on news, it almost feels like some of this stuff would be great if it was like voted on. And I know that sounds stupid, but there's a game, old school RuneScape, if you play, what's up, that pretty much everything that comes to that game is voted yes or no by the community, and then it kind of, you know, gets implemented into the game. And so I feel like, not with everything, but stuff like this would be cool to see kind of like a public vote. Like if people want to see this in gold and below, instead of having people at high ranks speak for low ranks, whatever it might be, I think that's just an interesting take on what you could do with it. But I don't know, maybe that's a stupid idea. Now, to be clear, I don't think the devs are trying to ruin rank mode by any means. In fact, I think they've done a great job to build it into something pretty solid. In fact, they were going to implement a rank reset at season 1.5. They announced it on Twitter, did the whole shabam, and everybody hated it. And within less than 24 hours, they retook that back, and they did not do that whatsoever. That's rare to see, and I think they've proven themselves as very communicative with the community, and that's something that I don't think they have lost at all. But that's why we're making this video, right? I think it's important for them to hear the feedback, not from just myself. If I sat here and just said, this is what I think, it defeats the purpose, but I want you guys to also drop down below your thoughts and what you think. Again, I lean towards more of the competitive side. However, for lower rank, I personally don't care. Like, if this is going to help people get the ranked skin of gold, so be it. Go for it, man. I want people to get the gold ranked skin. I think that's awesome. But ahead of that, I think it starts to get into a little bit of an issue. But how much? If they do 1, 2, 0, 8, 20, I think there is going to be a limit on this. And for many people, it's probably 0. They don't want to see any of this and keep it rank how it's been. And that's why we're adjusting it today, guys. So I don't want to just keep this video long-winded. I wanted to hear from you guys down below your thoughts. Does this kill rank? Do you want to see this? And most importantly, what skin are you going to get with the new costume coin? Because I think that's what really matters. Anyway, guys, let me know. And until the next one, happy rifling. Just kidding, guys. I lied. I was editing this, and I forgot that this came in this weekend, and I thought this was the perfect video. Instead of making like a tribute video or something, this came in the mail. And if you don't know what this is officially, hold on. Do I remember my first subscriber? I have no idea who it was. Probably my mom. This came in the mail, guys. Cozy Rifles official 100,000 subs, and just want to say to you guys, this is not my second one of these. This is insane and so awesome, and I just want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. And listen, game's almost been out for 6 months. I've been playing it almost a year, and it feels like it's just beginning. And there's just so much cool stuff to come in the future. I think I did a video on characters that could come to the game, and just that alone got me hyped for that. So I'm excited to see where all this goes. But either way, whether you were one of the first ones or you've came here the whole time, thank you guys for believing in me, subscribing, and just helping support me as a creator so I can do this to help support my family and just continue to do fun videos. Job's always to kind of to push the bar and continue to do crazy fun and really challenging stuff, so you can expect that in the future, and a lot of cool and exciting announcements to come. Listen, guys, we've casted the MRI, the MRC, done some insane videos here, and they're gonna keep coming. So I thought this was a good way to say thank you, guys, and we'll put it in the background. I mainly do green screen, so you're not gonna, I don't know, maybe I'll figure a way to put it in my scenes. Anyway, guys, thank you guys. This is the real goodbye. So bye.